to explain, because you know it all, and I guess things will never change. Folks, y'all see the title. First, shout out to everybody. Hope your weekend's going good so far. I'm still, opportunity as it normally comes in work clothes. Getting back at it. Had the whole trailer up, my own trailer, so it ain't like I'm getting paid for it. I'm gonna get back here and get the cutting on that field. Well, y'all seen the field that we working at, but I'm working at the one at the second position where you see we moving everything too. Anyway, Emoji Gang, hit me up. Bernard Riley, brother, home state, home piece. He ain't from Detroit, but he from Michigan. So home state, I gotta give it to him. How you manage that cacophony, that gaggle of dudes, I can't do it. I can't do it. That's why I say my hat's off to you, bruh. But there's so many, and I hope you leave that stream up. I'll put the link to it here, folks, if you're interested. I'm trying to do this without, because y'all know me, I don't go after people, okay? And some people gonna get it wrong, think I'm talking about a certain person, and I'm not. But I always hear, I go to different places and I hear the Monahan. Now the Monahan report was it was required reading. It was required reading during political science when so I know what it is. But I noticed most people, well, just about all people, leave out E. Franklin Frazier, but they have referred to Patrick Monahan. And I'm like, wait a minute. So, okay, if you don't know who E. Franklin Frazier is, I get it, because everybody didn't take political science. I get it. I took it because I needed credit hours and whatnot and promotion, when I was active duty military, and it counts as promotion points when you take college classes. Anyway, I got so many, y'all that's been followed me know, even from my channels before, the ones that got zapped before this one, I had civil rights stuff. I had it broke down by dates, votes, individuals who voted against the civil rights, the civil rights vote, and the Voters' Rights Act and the Civil Rights Act, who had the House, who had the Senate. You can always tell when somebody trying to pull a fast one on you and pin something on the president, or give him accolades for doing something. Now, no. The president, a lot of places, is a figurehead, because he can only sign it once it's passed by Congress, because all bills, they go through Congress, and the Congress can veto it. They can say no. They can tell you no. And no is no. So then, but y'all gotta go back and forth, bargain back and forth. But when y'all done already had your midterm and you're losing the Senate, and now the Republicans are about ready to take the Senate, and they've been trying to push this the whole time you was in, ever since before you were a president, and when you were a freaking when you was a member of the Senate. Okay? And a lot of people, I keep telling people, I say, man, y'all, people didn't know that JFK voted no on the Civil Rights Act. He voted yes on the voters' right, but that's when he was a senator. And people, I can't believe it. Look it up. You can't, look the stuff up. Look at JFK's, LBJ's also voting record before he was, I didn't know that. That's because you don't read. It's because you don't read. You listen to Democrat liberal talking points, you'll be surprised how many Negroes didn't know that LBJ is a damn Democrat. That, dude was giving me during the stream, it was me, Truth, and Sly, and was in my chat. George Wallace. I said, dude, George Wallace is a Democrat. We switched. No, he didn't. He died a Democrat. He was the governor of Alabama until the late 80s. What are you talking about? He was the governor of Alabama till 1988. Still a Democrat. Negroes, what are you talking about? And see, that's normally when I get up in my ire like I am now, because your ignorance, I ain't gonna say stupidity, ignorant flat out means you don't know. Like, I'm ignorant on heart transplant procedures. I'm not dumb. I'm not stupid. I just don't know the procedure, so I am ignorant of it. Now, if I was stupid, then I wouldn't even know such a thing existed. That's stupid. I know it exists. I just don't know how to do it. Onward. These people actually don't have no idea, and these party switch idiots, the parties didn't switch. You have 500. How many members? I said, how many senators you got? 100. You had three people leave the Democrat Party and went to the Republican Party. How does that constitute a party switch? The parties didn't switch, the Negroes switched. Damn it. The Negroes switched. The same Negroes that was getting they asses stomped in Alabama and Mississippi and Georgia, and Ross Barnett and George Wallace and Paul, Al Gore Sr., all these they were all Democrats. The same Democrats that Negroes vote for today. They fell for the okie doke. And the ones of us that didn't fall for the okie doke, you've been trained to hate us. Now me, I don't give a F U-C-K that you hate me. Because if you bring it, if you can sing it, I can bring it. And you ain't gonna like it. You ain't gonna like it. I feel no man, boy. No scared of you. No scared of you. It no gonna turn out like you think, boy. you ain't gonna like it. I'm listening to the stream because I was working, and I got this Bluetooth speaker thing, and I can't remember the brand of it, but it's big and it's round. Because I went to a buddy of mine's shop and I hear music playing and whatnot. And I was like, hey man, what's that? I said, that sounds pretty good. The clarity. He said, oh, is that? And I took and he told me what it was, and I took a picture of it, and I went on Amazon and I bought one. And because it's wireless Bluetooth, because I had it out there, and while I'm out there working, so I got something to keep my ears entertained and whatnot. So I'm listening to the stream from this morning while I'm out there working. And there's so much, there was a lot of good stuff, but there's a lot of stuff that folks let go, and it wasn't, I'm like, that's not correct. Now, I ain't going at Bernard, because I say Bernard had his hands full. I don't see how he done it. Again, I'm telling you, my hat's off to you, bruh. I admire the hell out of you on that. I couldn't do it. It's too many. I'm going to sound like O'Shea on this one. Too many ninjas. Too many ninjas. Too many ninjas. And man, y'all it'll flow smoother. I'm not, and now this may be, some people may get mad at me for saying this part here, but I'm gonna say it and get it over with. If you're gonna go, if when I go to panels like this, that I know is gonna be crowded like that, I always do, and Sly do it too. I got a pencil or a pen and a pad. And while I'm listening, I'm writing stuff down. I'm writing down the points that I want to get, because by the time it get back around to me, I don't want to be working off memory, and you always going to have somebody trying to move the freaking goalposts on you. And I watched the goalposts listened to the goalposts get moved about 4 or 5 times. Now, some people on there, I didn't know who they were because I'm not watching it. I'm just listening to it because I'm working. And I'm just had my phone going to that big Bluetooth speaker, and and it's just playing. And now some voices I recognize. It was 4 people's voices I know. The rest of them, I have no idea. I'm quite sure when I watch the restream, I'll see who they are. But besides those 4 people. 4 people I know by voice. The rest of them, I have no idea. I guess I'm gonna have to look at their avatar. I almost said icon. Look at their avatar, and then I see their avatar. Then I might know, who it was that was talking. There was so many, and I said, but you need a pen and a piece of paper and the write, so you can write it down. Write it down. Write it down. Because so then you ain't coming back, hashing over stuff no, write it down. Because you'll lose your spot when the people jumping in and climbing over each other and whatnot. When you do that, you're only slowing down the process. Number 2, anytime I don't care if it's somebody on my team or on the opposition. When I hear, so what you're saying is you've lost. Once you say that to me, because I make my points, you can't make blue and green are colors, normal colors in the spectrum. I prefer the color blue over green. I'm getting as simple as I can get. So what you trying to say is if I like green, then I don't love my mother. What the fuck are you talking about? When you hear that, number 1, I hate to hear it, but I love to hear it. Because once I hear that, you're done. I don't hear nothing else you say. The only thing I hear now is Charlie Brown's teacher. Womp, 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 womp. You're a wash. You're done. I don't care. Even if you on my team. If you on my team, then I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe he just said that to somebody else. I'm like, man, what? Oh man, I'm done. We're done. We're done. God dang it. And then later on, I'm gonna be like, away from behind the scenes, dude, what the hell was that? He said he prefers blue over green. Yeah, but I was gonna do. The only thing you did was show your ignorance of the color spectrum. Or whatever the case may be. I'm just using it as an example. Man, I'm looking at, I say, people, they never talk about E. Franklin Frazier. They ain't talking about, if you would have been stuck the way it was in the 50s, if the conservatives would have been, what are you talking about? I said, you talking about the signing of the Southern Manifesto. And I did type that. I was, man, somebody need to bring it up. Listen, look at the signers of the Southern Manifesto. 99 Democrats, 2 Republicans. What's the Southern Manifesto? There's another one. If you got to ask that question, you're not prepared for this level of conversation. That's not a diss. Again, like I said, I'm not saying that you're stupid, because you're not stupid just because you don't know what the Southern Manifesto is. That's ignorance of certain conversations. Certain conversations come up that I know I'm not prepared for. I don't participate. If anything, I'll listen, but you won't even know I'm there because I'm not smart enough to engage in the conversation. I hope that makes sense. I'm not smart enough to engage. I don't know enough about the topic to engage anyone effectively about the conversation. And I see that a lot. I'm like, dude, All those states were ran by Democrats. The Republicans, and how many times I gotta say, the current Republican Party, over half of them I don't like. The current Democrat Party, I don't like none of them. So, it's been that way for a long time. But just because you got an R behind your name, you don't get a pass from me. But anyway, be that as it may, the majority of the Dixiecrats, they didn't change. They didn't switch parties. Ross Barnett didn't lead the Democrat Party. George Wallace didn't lead the Democrat Party. Orville Faubus didn't lead the Democrat Party. You know, none of these guys left the Democrat Party. John Connally left the Democrat Party here in Texas. Bill Blakey didn't lead the Democrat Party. LBJ didn't lead the Democrat. None of these guys. Al Gore Sr. didn't lead the Democrat Party. They didn't. They stayed. Robert Byrd didn't lead the Democrat Party. Fritz Hollings didn't lead the Democrat Party. I know these people off my head. I'm not reading the script. I'm driving. He didn't lead the Democrat Party. It's like, look, man, I gave my Tom and Jerry in the video with the bell. With Jerry, when they try him and Nibbles. I can't say Nibbles without laughing. The little mouse that wear the diaper. Nibbles and Jerry, hanging the bell around Tom's neck so they can know when he coming and whatnot. He took the same bell and presented it and wrapped it up in a box with wrapping paper and a bow. And Tom took it out of the box and saw it was a present, and he put it on his neck himself. That was you, Negroes. That's what they done to you. And yeah, I get the new crop of American blacks, but what does that got to do with the blacks that still voted, that kept George Wallace in office up until 1988? He won the governorship 4 times. 4 times. 4 times. I say segregation in the South, segregation in Alabama, segregation now, and segregation forever. And you Negroes, 4 fucking times. And you wonder why I don't take you serious. The majority of y'all, I don't take y'all serious. I listen to you, we can elbow and yuck it up. I don't take you serious. George Wallace is just one man. There's a whole bunch of them out there, and y'all keep them there. And another part that they get away with, and then I'm gonna say this because I can do this all effing day, especially since I'm driving and ain't nobody here to tell me to shut STFU. You can look at the current state of things today. If you can't see that there's a difference in the way the Democrat-ran cities are compared to the non-Democratic ran cities are, if you can't admit that, I can't help you. Then I got one chick on here want to talk about what was she? She's talking about Mississippi, and I'm like, yeah. I said, but okay. Mississippi is one of the poorest states in the United States. I think it's Mississippi, Arkansas, West Virginia, something like that. Mississippi, West Virginia, Arkansas, or Arkansas. It's something like that. I ain't got the order right in my head, but I know I ain't off. I ain't off too much. Okay. But look at your city, a Republican state. So wait a minute. Black Democrats run Jackson. What are you talking about? I said the biggest city in the state, the largest city in the state is ran by Black Democrats. And it's been ran by Democrats for a long time. Okay, it's just like I tell people, same thing. They talk about Texas. Hey, Republicans. I was like, yeah, Texas got Republican governors, but Texas got blue cities. Austin been a Democrat-ran city for a long time. That's the state's capital. San Antonio been blue for a long time. Houston been blue for a long time. Thanks Sheila Jackson Lee. That's her district. Must I die and I stand here as a former slave. You look pretty good for 290 years old. Excuse me, 190 years old. My bad. But 197 years old, because it's 2023. Yeah. My bad. I ain't got a calculator in front of me. I'm driving. Those are Democrat-ran cities. Detroit is a Democrat-ran city. Been so since a long time. I lived there. When I left Detroit, Mayor Coleman Young was still the mayor. He was the mayor all through when I was through school year. It's a Democrat-ran city. Don't give me this crap. Don't give me this. Now, then you got California. California ain't been a Republican state in a long time. Long time. California is ran by Democrats from top to bottom. You know, even in your little spots of red in California, you're surrounded by blue. But anyway, she gonna talk about Mississippi and this, that, and other, and Jackson. Wait a minute. Your city manager in Jackson is a Democrat. Your mayor in Jackson is a Democrat. Your chief of police, which was selected by the mayor in Jackson, is a Democrat. So the chief of police is selected, not elected. Your sheriff is elected. A sheriff has to run for position just like any other politician does. That's different. A sheriff got to cater for votes. A chief of police ain't got to cater for SHIT because he ain't on the ballot. The mayor's on the ballot. The mayor selects his chief of police. He can hire him. He can fire him. The mayor can. So you think you're gonna have a black, left-leaning Democrat mayor, and he gonna hire a white, right-leaning chief of police? Are you, man? You out of your freaking mind? No, I said everything, and I said Jackson. You talking about Jackson, Mississippi, is ran by Democrats, and being is ran by Democrats, that means the overwhelming voting bloc in Jackson is Democrats. So you think Jackson's a whole bunch of Republicans and they just voted all blue? No, they're Democrats. What are you talking about? So you want to complain? How you gonna complain about the Republican Party and you in a Democrat-ran city? Now, if you talking state stuff, the state park is this. The state highway is that. Now I'm listening. Because the state is ran, the governor got an R behind his name. That's different. Now because the transportation director works for the governor. The state safety board works for the governor. All that's different. But your stuff in Jackson is ran by your city. You got your own version of a city FEMA guy. Your emergency management guy is hired by the city, by the mayor and the city council. They're all Democrats. So I told her, why are you complaining to me? Number one, I don't live in Mississippi. But number two, you complaining to me about your own people. And not only is he a Democrat, he's a black Democrat. But you complaining to me. Girl, get the flip off my damn channel. Yo goofy ass. Don't let they gonna okie doke you at every turn. They ain't willing to admit, and I'm gonna finish with this. The Democrats, these liberals, and the only thing worse, I'm telling you, there's no difference between a white liberal and a black liberal. The only difference is their skin color. They're both freaking liberals, and ideology trumps race. Ideology Trump's race. Have done so for a long time. Ideology trumps race. Now, the reason the Democrats, black liberals, all of them, they ain't gonna admit that the Democrat ran cities, Chicago, my hometown of Detroit, LA, New Orleans, Jacksonville, Florida, Liberty City, Philly, Trenton. Even though I thought it was a T, I thought it was Trenton, but apparently I'm incorrect because I had a chick. Now, Trenton, where you from? Trenton? What? Trenton? Where? Jay? Oh, Trenton. That's what I said. Trenton. Okay. Well, thank you. The hell wrong with this girl? Anyway, they won't admit that's their problem. Baltimore, be more, as in be more careful. Oh my goodness. New York, Eric Adams, somebody needs to help me with all these illegals. Just because we're a sanctuary city don't mean that they should stay here. Are you freaking kidding me? Madison, Wisconsin, Milwaukee, Milwaukee, my grandpa's hometown, the Low, St. Low. How low can you go? St. Louis. Okay? They're all ran by Democrats. And know why the Democrat leadership don't speak out on their own people? Because everything is right where they want it. Everything is right where they want it. This is what they want. You're just part of it. You're fodder. You're chaff. The wheat has left already. How you had white flight, you got black flight. Separated the chaff from the wheat. The wheat is gone. I'm gone from Detroit. I'm wheat. I left the chaff behind. Everything is right where they want it. And so are you, Negro. So are you. You don't get it. Some of y'all never will. You go to the grave without getting it. I get it. That's why I'm watching from over here. Y'all be good and be safe. I'm gonna watch Bernard's video. Hopefully he ain't take it down, so I can chop it up a little more, and I'll put the link if it's still up when I get back, because I ain't gonna get back probably to about 2 o'clock this morning. In the morning, about time, because I plan on getting out of there by 12:30. Then I'm gonna get home by 2 o'clock, and I know I ain't gonna be no good. I'm gonna take a bath and go to bed. But check it out, y'all. I mean, and I'll put my links up for the stuff that I done on the civil rights, MLK, Bayard Rustin, the Big Six, all this stuff that I've put up. David Carroll and put up, and a couple other tubers and put up. And you got some big black so-called pro-whack YouTube channels, and they skip over it too. Know why? And some of them know. Because you're still right where you belong in their mind. They need you. You feed the grievance machine. Vote blue, Negro. Vote blue.